Hey VC, Down Under Vinyl here. Sorry it's been a while since my last video. I've had quite a busy, hectic start to the year, including getting married about a month ago, which was very exciting. Now I've got a bit of time to do some more videos for you, so hopefully I'll get another couple of done in the next week or so. Today's video I'm going to show you my limited Beatles collection. I know it's not as large as some of you guys. I'm slowly collecting all of them. It's a bit hard in Australia. Whenever Beatles records get donated to op shops or other second-hand stores, they're usually snapped up pretty quickly. But I've managed to find a few. All my records are either Australian or, in the case of this first one, a New Zealand pressing. So first up I have Please Please Me on the Parlophone label. This particular copy is a mono first pressing from New Zealand. It is on the silver and black Parlophone label. It's in really nice condition actually. The sleeve's quite nice, no tears really. Unfortunately it's got a safety pin hole at the top where obviously they've hung it up somewhere at some point. Some really classic songs on this album. It's definitely one of my go-to albums when I want to listen to a bit of Beatles. Next up we have With the Beatles from 1964. This is a mono Australian pressing. Again, not bad condition sleeve. The record itself is on the yellow Parlophone label. Great album, pretty iconic looking sleeve. Really nice condition, all the folds are really nice. Lamination on the front is pretty good. There's a few little creases and stuff on it, but for the age I think it's pretty good. Next up we have Hard Day's Night from 1964. This again is an Australian mono pressing. Unfortunately this one shows a little bit more damage. They've tried to strengthen the spine, which is not bad condition, but the problem is the tape has discoloured the card. I would love to find a better quality version of this at some point. It's just a matter of stumbling across one at the right time. Great soundtrack for the film. Funnily enough, I haven't actually seen A Hard Day's Night yet. I will get around to doing that at some point. Really classic songs on here. Hard Day's Night's obviously awesome. Can't Buy Me Love, amongst others. Again, super recognisable sleeve here with all the guys doing all their crazy photos, like passport photos. Love it. Next up we have that record that a lot of people in the world would have in their record collections. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This one is a mono Australian pressing. Really nice condition. Still pretty good. It's actually cracking. It's so crisp. Lucky enough to have the cutouts still. And let's put it down there for a moment. And also the original inner sleeve, which is cool to have. I don't use the original inner sleeve. All my inner sleeves I replace with just while I'm talking about it, I replace all my inner sleeves with Mophie inner sleeves. I think it's a nice option, less static, it offers a bit more protection. This particular record is on the yellow Parlophone label. Next up I have that other classic Beatles record, Abbey Road. I know this is an Australian copy and it's one of the ones where the apple is slightly off centre. I don't know much more about what pressing it is. I'd love to find out. If any of you can give me a hand, I can obviously put up some more details. Stereo label at the top. Unfortunately someone has put a lovely I Dig Jazz sticker on the corner of it. I'm not game enough to try and remove it, but it adds to it. It shows that someone's owned it before me and that they dug jazz. Obviously on the Apple label, such an iconic label, I love it. One half obviously the cut apple, the other half the whole apple. And as I said, it's an Australian pressing. Next up I have stereo Australian pressing of Let It Be. This was actually my mother's album, and this is the album that sort of got me into the Beatles. Obviously it's a lot of really nice songs. Across the Universe is great, it's probably my favourite on the whole album. Same with Long and Winding Road. This particular copy is on the Apple label as well. Next up I have two albums that I found in Sydney just before Christmas, and I gifted them to myself as a present. First up we have Beatles Red Album 1962 to 1966. Great condition, really nice record sleeve. This particular version is from 1973. It comes with obviously all the inner sleeves with the lyrics. It also comes on the Red Apple label. These are really nice one to just chuck on when you're wanting just a mix of Beatles songs or their classics. These probably get the most rotation when I'm playing Beatles records, just purely because it's such a nice wide range of songs. I really love their early stuff. Not saying that I don't love their old stuff as well, but I think I prefer the earlier stuff. Which then brings me on to the second album I found in Sydney, which is obviously the Blue Album 1967 to 1970. Again, great condition. No real damage whatsoever. And once again I have the lyric inner sleeve sheets, and this is on the Blue Apple label. So these particular copies, just for your interest, they cost $11.90 in 1973, so that gives you some idea of how much they were back then. So that's my Beatles collection up to this point. I would like to get the rest of their records at some point. Once again, thank you for watching my videos. If you haven't already, please like this and subscribe. Thank you to all those who have subscribed already. I think I'm up to about 60 so far, which is fantastic considering I've only put a few videos up. But I will make sure I keep putting more stuff up, and if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please put it in the comments below, and I'll make sure I try and reply to everyone. But yeah, thanks guys, and keep spinning. See ya.